many newspapers, magazines, and journals published specifically for the homosexual reader. Photo credit: United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, USHMM. Many clubs and bars, restaurants, and popular dance clubs, all within Berlin's gay section, drew patrons who preferred to be intimate with members of their own sex. Sometimes in these settings, it was hard to tell who was a man and who was a woman. People from around the world traveled to Berlin to enjoy the freedom of this exciting atmosphere. A survivor of the period remembered the Schwanenberg, a popular club he frequented. It was a dance club, a normal bar, but on certain days it was rented by homosexuals. Then there was much joy. There was homosexual dancing, and once in a while, just to get the queens going, someone would shout, "The police are coming!" Everyone would hike up their skirts and run. But the police never really came. It is hard to imagine how wild it was in Berlin. Men danced with men, women danced with women. In Berlin, those were the golden years. Image. Photo above. A photograph of a group of men and women in a restaurant or bar. Some of the women are wearing men's clothing, and some of the men are wearing women's clothing. Caption. The gay district of Berlin was home to many bars, restaurants, and nightclubs. Often it was hard to tell the sex of patrons, as their dress, hairstyles, and makeup often defied the norm. Photo credit: United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, USHMM. Image. Photo below. An advertisement features a woman wearing a man's suit next to a list of events and dates in German. Caption. Club Violetta appealed to lesbians. Homosexuals from around the world came to Berlin to experience the gay lifestyle. Photo credit: United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, USHMM. In 1918, the first international gay-themed film, Anders als die anderen, Different from the Others, was made in Germany. Produced to educate the public about homosexuality, it was co-written by Dr. Magnus Hirschfeld, a researcher in human sexuality who also appeared in the film. Image. A black and white film still of two men standing side by side with a crowd of people behind them. Caption. The first gay film, Anders als die anderen, Different from the Others, was written and produced in Germany in 1918. Photo credit: United States Holocaust Memorial Museum, USHMM. The British writer Christopher Isherwood left England to live in Berlin in the 1920s because it was a much more exciting place to live as a gay man than anywhere else in the world. Many years later, when he was famous, he wrote of his Berlin experiences in the 1976 book Christopher and His Kind. But the book that made him so famous, Goodbye to Berlin, he had written decades earlier. It included descriptions of the characters, energy, and decadence he found in the city. Isherwood wrote about the notorious Kit Kat Club, immortalizing it for future generations. Goodbye to Berlin was produced as a play, I Am a Camera, and then later made into the award-winning Broadway musical and film Cabaret. For many gay men and women in Berlin, life was indeed a cabaret during the 1920s and early 1930s. But as Isherwood's book forecast, there was a very dark cloud looming on the horizon. Chapter 2. The Rise of the Nazis. The First World War, 1914 to 1918, left Germany virtually bankrupt and suffering in its defeat. Poverty and unemployment became part of daily life. As a condition of surrender, Germany had been forced to sign the Treaty of Versailles, accepting responsibility for starting the war and agreeing to pay reparations of 132 billion Reichsmarks, more than US $400 billion today, to help cover the damages from the war. When the Great Depression hit in 1929, the effect on Germany was catastrophic. Poverty increased, unemployment increased, inflation increased, desperation increased. By 1933, unemployment had reached 6 million, more than 30%, an unprecedented level. People wanted jobs and a way out of the miserable lives they were living. They needed something or someone to believe in. Adolf Hitler and his Nazi Party provided hope of a prosperous future. He promised those who flocked to hear him that he would defy the Treaty of Versailles, rebuild the military, and unite Germany, including all the Germans in Poland, Czechoslovakia.